at the hive. Live at the hive.
Hello, welcome to Live the Hive. Today we are sad to announce that this is the last episode of our original series. To commemorate our farewell to the original series and students, we have a longer than usual episode and a new intro. Our first clip is an interview with Stelly's own Aaron Buckham, Stelly's basketball coach, math and science teacher, and all-around good guy. With him is our reporter, Mitchell McIsaac.
So, Mr. Buckham, what are your duties at the school?
Well, I enjoy mathematics and transition and planning and just in general making people happy. Making sure the school's a clean place. There's lots of things you do in the day-to-day.
I see. So, just curious here, how tall are you?
So if we do actual measurements, probably about 6'7" and 3/4. But when it comes down to it though, if I'm ever putting my name down somewhere and I've got to list my height, 7 feet all the way.
I see. So, if you were not a teacher, what would you do?
Actually, I'm thinking that daredevil would be pretty good occupation. It's totally out of my element, and you get to act wild and crazy all the time, so why not?
I see. So, yeah, how does our basketball team here at Stelly's compare to other schools?
That's a really good question. In actual fact, our team's quite good, but the problem is that so is everybody else. And we got lots of skill and size and talent, but the problem is that when you're going to get up against a bunch of teams that have the same, and it's a dogfight to see who wins, and that's the best part about it.
I see. So, thank you, Mr. Buckham.
You're welcome.
Next, we have an interview with Stelly's star talent, Sam Weber, with Kayleen.
Today here with me I have Sam Weber, a very prominent musical student at Stelly's. So Sam, your main instrument pretty much is guitar, right?
Yep.
So how long have you been doing guitar?
Well, I got a guitar when I was 2 years old, so I mean, I haven't been playing for 15 years, but I've been playing like off and on. I kind of picked up when I was 12, so I usually tell people I've been playing for about 5 years, in there somewhere, 4 or 5 years.
Very cool. So lots of experience in there.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in the future, music-wise?
I'm hoping to attend like music college after high school, which would be amazing, I think. There's still a lot to learn. I don't know. That'll probably be it.
Very cool opportunities in there. Have you gotten any interesting opportunities at Stelly's?
Yeah, actually, one of my favorite. Last year, I actually had the opportunity to play at the Remembrance Day Assembly, which is a big honor, I think, and it was a great performance.
Very cool. So do you play any instruments other than guitar?
I play piano, a bit of drums, bass. I sing. Yeah.
Very cool. So how much time do you usually spend practicing and writing your own music?
Usually, all my free time is spent kind of practicing. Like, I don't have many other hobbies. I mean, I run, but I mean, apart from that, I'm usually just at home playing piano, writing songs. So, yeah.
Nifty. So we've heard that there might be some live at lunch sessions with performances during lunchtime. Do you think that you will perform there?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll be there with my trio. I love getting involved with the music department at Stelly's. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool. Well, we hope to hear you there.
Yeah, thank you.
Our next clip is with Stelly's Student Council President, Kavia Gramundis. Colleen, what's coming up in Stelly's future?
So, Kavia, how do you think your presidency has affected the school?
I believe this year that it's helped us with the organization and following through in our events, which is really important because when you have an organization led by students, you don't have the same manpower as you would with the teacher. So I hope that the organization I've given them will stay with them so they can keep doing these fun events.
Cool. All right. And what do you think most represents Stelly's?
I would have to say leadership because we have a lot of classes and a lot of clubs like the Green Team and like Global Perspectives that have been instigated by students. And again, there are teachers there to help, but I think that the majority of the work is done by the students. So I hope that, things like that can continue.
Cool. All right, now back to you.
Stellies welcomes the justices, Chiasson, Rowells, Saunders, with Stellies Law and Socials classes.
Just for the students here, maybe a brief, I know you explained your background in family law, and how did you get here? Like for them, if they thought, hey, this is pretty cool, I'd like a job in the criminal justice system, and whether it be just going to law school or whatever, where did you go to law school? How did you get there? Is there any recommendations you could make for these individuals as to any of those sorts of things?
I'll say I grew up in a very small town, and there were no lawyers in town, so I never met a lawyer, but I was fairly good at school, so I went to university, and I got a degree in mathematics. And that's interesting, but I wasn't a genius, wasn't brilliant. And so after a while, it occurred to me that unless I was going to be a teacher, for which I distinctly lacked the patience that's required of teachers, I had to think of something else to do to earn a living. And somebody said, why don't you apply to law school? And I had never met a lawyer in my life, so I applied to law school, and they took me. So I figured, well, I guess I'll go for a year and see what it's about. And we never had law classes in school, that's so long ago. And so I went to law school, and I thought, this is good, I'll finish. So I got a law degree, and I was called to the bar. And I practiced in the area of labor and employment and human rights, workers' compensation, administrative law, sort of anything to do with the workplace was kind of what I did. And I practiced for a while, and I was appointed to the trial court, the Supreme Court of BC, about 18 years ago. And after I was a trial judge for about 8 years, I was appointed to this court. But the reason I tell you sort of the earlier background is you don't actually always have to know what it is you're going to wind up doing. If you just kind of keep on doing things that you kind of like and are reasonably good at, it's quite amazing sometimes what doors can open up for you. You just have to kind of keep putting one step ahead of the next.
Thank you for watching. This has been Live at the Hive with your hosts, me, Renee Duguay, Kayleen,
and Eve Hack.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, the last of the original series. Good night.
Live at the Hive.
Okay? All you need is some patience and a little practice, and you'll soon be disco